The brand of Disney has always been synonymous with childhood classics, and carefree amusement parks since the animation company was founded roughly a century ago. It's because of this brand image that it comes as an unbelievable surprise that the company was believed to be at the centre of a long-standing theory and eventual government disclosure of extraterrestrials to future populations. Although skeptics claim that this theory is nothing more than a paranoid rant targeted at one of the largest United States corporations to ever exist, it appears that with the discovery of the lost Disney documentary surrounding unidentified flying objects and the alien cover-up, there is definitely a profound amount of legitimacy to the claim. So today we're going to take a look at the Walt Disney UFO documentary and what it means for the government disclosure of the extraterrestrial visitation of our planet. Titled Alien Encounters and hosted by Robert Urich, the Disney documentary clearly states its purpose in the opening scenes. The beginning scene starts with an opening speech by Michael Eisner, the chairman and CEO of the Walt Disney Company from 1984 to 2005. He goes on to state the following: with more and more scientific evidence of alien encounters and UFO sightings, the idea of creatures from another planet might not be as far-fetched as we once thought. In fact, one of you out there could have the next alien encounter. He ends his speech with claiming that the documentary is a televised special that was most likely meant to be shown in 3 parts. The first section of the documentary opens with the host Robert Urich stating the following: we must prepare you for the future with some shocking insights of the recent past. The next 4 minutes of the documentary then shows stunning high-quality video clips of extraterrestrial sightings and visitations, with one such video recorded back in 1991 in Ottawa, Canada, where it appears that an unmarked vehicle meets with a landed UFO craft in a remote location, as an anonymous videographer documents the scene. The footage is then cut short to show an interview with Captain Kevin Randall, a retired Air Force intelligence officer that claims there is more than a substantial amount of evidence for the proof of the existence of extraterrestrial visitations, and that they are a massive security threat that cannot be stopped with our current technology. It's at this moment in the documentary that we see the real reason behind its creation. Shortly after Captain Kevin Randall talks about the national security threat of alien life, the documentary goes into detail about a federal-funded study done by the Brookings Institution that warns the government to prepare for the discovery of life in space, and that the disclosure of alien visitation would lead to mass panic and the total destruction of civilization as we know it. Could it be that Walt Disney was hired by the United States government to begin slow disclosure of alien visitation to the general population, via movies and cartoons to help prepare us for our meeting with superior interstellar creatures? In fact, the documentary host states shortly after this interview in an exact quote, "Disney Imagineers have designed a way to prepare humans for their inevitable alien encounter." At this point in the documentary, the host of the televised event explains the theory surrounding why extraterrestrials are visiting our planet. In a blunt, matter-of-fact way of speaking, without hesitation or doubting the claims, the host says the following: what the world didn't know in 1945 was that the atomic bomb's brilliant burst of energy would also be mankind's cosmic calling card, announcing to the universe that a technological society had evolved on a small blue planet in the backwaters of the stars. Alien enthusiasts have often noticed that UFO sightings and alien abductions began en masse following the first use of nuclear weaponry on the planet. Could Disney have been provided this information by the US government as the actual reason for alien visitation, explained to them via alien contact? Oddly enough, the host states this is less of a theory and more of a verified fact. At around 20 minutes into the documentary, a chilling discovery is made as uncovered government documents go into the true dangers of UFOs arriving at our planet. During the heightened tensions of the Cold War, sensors for intercontinental ballistic missiles began to detect mysterious high-speed movements through the atmosphere that resembled intelligent flown crafts, with turns, twists and flight patterns. These mysterious objects, however, would occasionally follow the paths of intercontinental ballistic missiles, with multiple cases almost leading to the total destruction of the Earth. as paranoid countries almost began nuclear missile retaliation. One such well-known event is that of the 1983 Soviet nuclear false alarm incident that claimed to have detected the reported launch of multiple ICBMs from the United States at speeds impossible to match with any known aircraft at the time. The event would have escalated to an irrevocable full-scale nuclear war had the Soviet Air Defense Forces officer Stanislav Petrov not refused to retaliate. Even when all the signs pointed to potential nuclear destruction, the Soviet general was selfless enough not to press the big red button that would lead to the destruction of the planet. Several hours later, it was confirmed with the US government that the reported detection of the ICBMs were false, with the official reports claiming that the sensory equipment had been giving false signals. Could the true explanation be that of extraterrestrial intervention, making the attempt to trick human beings into destroying each other in a heightened state of paranoia? It becomes apparent that the Disney documentary sees alien life as a planetary threat to all human life, and not that of the friendly, enlightened creatures ready to bring us gifts that the UFO community so adamantly believe. Recovered training documents from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA for short, also holds this sentiment, as the documentary clearly shows. In 1995, members of the FEMA were provided the training manual titled the following: Officer's Guide to Disaster Control, which details sections titled the UFO Threat, a Fact, and other sections of the documents that teach team members how to handle UFO hazards, such as power electromagnetic fields, force fields, psychological effects, and alien contact. The host of the documentary then continues with the government disclosure theory by following the strange documents with the quoted statement: indications that the government, military, and scientific leaders will soon release nearly half a century of official documentation of ongoing alien encounters on Earth. Was Disney aware of information of a possible disclosure way ahead of time, as part of the marketing campaign to slowly acclimate human beings to the possibility of alien life? A campaign that would later be cancelled and lead to this documentary being banned to prevent mass panic? Or has the disclosure slowly been developing into another plan over the years that is seen its viability grow with modern day shows such as Ancient Aliens and popular cinematic science fiction blockbusters? The next 10 minutes of the Alien Encounters documentary begins to go into an in-depth study of astromicrobiology and the peculiar organisms that seem to arrive on our planet via asteroids. Although next to no evidence of the study can be found today, the documentary goes into detail about a hidden study made by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration that used research bases constructed in Antarctica as the center for the study of bacterial life from off our planet. The study involved finding recently crashed asteroids on the icy continent, hoping that the sub-zero temperatures would help to preserve any alien bacteria and viruses for study in a secret base unable to be reached by private or competing government organizations. According to the documentary, the study found that bacteria and viruses discovered did in fact travel across interstellar space, and that they may very well be the advanced invasion force leading the way to test Earth's environment for more complex and determined creatures. The last part of the documentary immediately shifts in tone to discuss personal alien abduction events, with traumatized abductees that experience violent and privacy-invading experimentation from extraterrestrial life. Featuring an interview with Bud Hopkins, the founder of the alien abduction theory, the host ends the documentary with this chilling statement: most Americans will likely explore outer space aboard crafts of alien origin. Statistics indicate a greater probability that you will experience extraterrestrial contact within the next 5 years, and that within the next 5 years you have more of a chance to see extraterrestrials than win the state lottery. But how do you prepare for such an extraordinary event? Here is the new Tomorrowland at Disney World. Scientists and Disney engineers have brought to life a possible scenario that helps acclimate the public to their inevitable alien encounter. Although this 3-part televised documentary was never broadcast to the American public, Shortly following the creation of the documentary, the Tomorrowland section of the Magic Kingdom theme park at Walt Disney World opened the extraterrestrial alien encounter attraction that subjected children to strange binaural audio, video recordings and images of terrifying alien abduction, all of which points to evidence of the claim that Disney had been commissioned by the United States government to begin the slow acclimatization of extraterrestrial visitations to the general public, in the hopes that when the eventual and unavoidable planetary contact would be made, society would not buckle underneath the mass panic of the terrifying encounter. Back in 2012, Disney purchased the studio known as Lucasfilm and acquired the rights to the Star Wars universe for an incredible $4 billion. Despite analysis believing that the purchase would never see a return equivalent to its cost, Disney continued with the transaction and has gone on to make record-breaking movies featuring the Star Wars universe for children of all ages. Could the projected loss have been an acceptable cost for the purpose of space-age propaganda? Is the government disclosure project still well underway, with Disney at the head of its advertising and manipulation of the public image? With the discovery of this banned documentary, anything could very well be possible. So what do you think of the lost Walt Disney UFO documentary? And what could it mean for government disclosure of extraterrestrial visitations to the public? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.